Good afternoon, Shadow Syndicate Paintball. Figured I would start my video off with a awesome, breathtaking view from one of the watchtowers out at Tobico Marsh in my state park, because it's Michigan and it's awesome. You get to experience all four seasons in like a week. And if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, right? So, on to the video. So I figured I would start out my video here in Tobico Marsh. Yes, I'm on my phone. Yes, I should be enjoying the wonderful wilderness. But sometimes you can make the best videos while you're out walking. Especially when it's a gorgeous day. You know, just gorgeous everywhere. It's awesome. So Sage wanted us to leave our opinions on how the first FSR game went. And instead of putting it on YouTube, I figured I would just do a video. Hopefully it won't be too long. And I got a script. Ooh, you guys are going to like that. Script just kind of keeps me in line with my thoughts. Because, let's face it, my thoughts are everywhere at times. So, playing the first strike round only comes with inherent problems. If you don't have your gun set up just correctly, if your bolt's not tapered enough, or you forget a part when you put together your marker, you can have some issues. I had some issues with a loaner gun where the first strike skirt was getting stuck on the bolt and the bolt refused to go home, so that was kind of a pain in the butt, but I got around it. You have more consistent trajectory over long distances, which is nice. So you can just kind of eyeball them and then go, it's going to hit them because it's going to carry its energy all the way out there. So that's kind of nice. And there's also a variety of colors, which was awesome. The Joker colored ones and the Nerf colored ones were kind of nifty to use. I like my gray ones, but unfortunately my gray ones were about 2 years old, so they didn't hold up so well. So I was glad that I purchased a bundle of them while I was there. So I guess we'll start at the top of the day. Preparation. Sage did a great job in prepping, I think, understanding that, you know, we'll keep the game short, which is good. Giving people ample time to fill magazines and clean out their markers, which is very important. The rules were discussed before each game, for each event, which was good because I have short-term memory loss and that can suck. So, you know, there was a little bit of extra time spent on that, but if you want quality over quantity, that's what you do. The first strike rounds were shooting fantastic. Thanks, Sage, and thanks First Strike for getting that together. Like I said, my silver ones were not up to par. Not up to snuff at all. They were breaking in the gun, they were inconsistent, they were all over the place. But the nice, fresh new ones that I picked up, the Nerf colored ones, those were good. Those were good. I like the orange and blue. It was great. The event was a Leprechaun event. So we had Jamie taking over the role of the mighty Leprechaun, who had as Sage put it, he had the power to do anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Eliminate players, players, cast them out into the middle of the field and make them do a duck dance. He'd lay on the nuke, which was awesome because then people can't get to it. He also had the ability to revive people. He was the all-seeing eye. He was the Terminator. He was the trickster. I liked that. It was fun. It was fun having someone that was, you know, in the game, and as you're playing the scenario, you're supposed to be looking for gold, and it's his gold. So he wants all the gold because, you know, Leprechauns want all the gold. So he was greedy. So there were some codes to be purchased to disarm the nuke, and he may have given you the right codes. He may have given you the wrong codes. You really don't know. It's a Leprechaun. Once it gets all the gold, all bets are off, you know. He doesn't pick a side, which was kind of nice. With Jamie not picking a side, that meant the battle could go either way at any time, which was very fun, very awesome. Just a view of that wonderful tropical marsh out there. Yeah, feels alright. So with a Leprechaun came a lot of unpredictability. I liked it. I liked it. Other people may have their opinions, but we're all entitled to our own opinion, right? Right. Sage was very flexible. I like that. The running gag of, in 5 minutes we're starting the game, get ready. And then 5 minutes later is like, 2 minutes, we're starting the game, because people had various problems. With MagFed only, and people using first strike rounds, it was new for me, using first strike rounds only, but you have markers that, you know, during the cold weather, they can fail. There was a number of marker failures. I personally had my marker fail, and I had to switch over to my pump, my BT Tracer, which was having issues with my MagFed adapter. So I had to shoot one at a time. So I was breech loading one at a time, first strike rounds. So that was a nice change of pace for me. I normally play pump. I love my MagFed, and it was like, all right, well, you got to go basically bolt action. You got to feed these in there one at a time and pick your shots. I did manage to get 3 eliminations off picking my shots. And being with first strike rounds, having that increase of range and stable trajectory, I was able to get some long range kills, which was awesome. I managed to get the 3 kills at close range, one after the other, because, you know, with pump, you got to bet it all on that one shot. And when you have first strikes, you can afford to do that because you can outrange them, or you're not firing as many paintballs to get out there like you would with an Apex, where you're just kind of long balling and hoping you'll get them. So with Sage being very flexible, preparing for incidents and everything, great job. Big thumbs up. That's how a game should be run. You know, not everything is to the letter, to the number, to the time. You know, we should have started like an hour ago. Oh, big deal. You know, he took the time to, you know, assess everyone's needs, which was very important. Him being prepared and having the loner markers was awesome. People bringing in the loner markers, thank you so very much. Like I said, I had an issue with my Tipex loner, but he was very quick to remedy the situation. Thank you so much, Sage. After that, I was back in the game, and I don't, you know, play that one ball, one kill thing. What I end up doing is, if I see you, and I think there's a good chance that I'm going to hit you, but there might be another guy behind you, I'm definitely going to pull the trigger 4 or 5 times. So I wasn't playing bolt action as much as I should have been. But I had my long range with me. I had my tracer with me. I also had the Tip-X with me, so, you know, when I could afford it, and I wasn't loading a magazine, I was putting rounds down range. That's what I do. The game was organized for JayByrd's birthday, which happy birthday. I know we didn't win, but that's really a moot point. You know, the whole thing where whose side's going better, whose side's doing better than the other side. If it's a good game, you really shouldn't care. Having fun should be the point. With Sage being flexible, we had an issue in the morning where we were playing an attack and defend game, and basically both sides got points because we switched games, or we switched sides and tried to run the scenario. So in doing that, kind of left everybody a little bit upset, kind of set a really bad pace for the game. So later on, I asked Sage where the staging area was going to be for that, and he said, well, where do you think it should be? And I was like, well, we should play between the roads. And he's like, all right, well, that could work. And, you know, being able to talk to somebody about how the game is going to play out is awesome, because then you can make changes. Because we're making changes throughout the day, you know. I always tell people, you know, make a plan A, and then don't forget that plan B is going to come into play anyway. So, with us having marker issues, with everything going down when it did, and not necessarily following the rigid schedule, it was good to have a game master who's, you know, in touch with his players, you know, wants to make them happy. And that game, it played out nuts. The Leprechaun tricked the red team and said, hey, we're going over here, and they go over there and they set it into our disarm area. So that was a good time watching people try and go back and go crazy over this bomb before it blew up. The game was crazy, okay? JayByrd played a medic. She was all over the place. She's like, oh my God, I'm never doing this again. I'm like, but that's the fun of it. You know, you go out there, you give it your all, you have a good time. And when you do that, that's what paintball is about. Because basically we're all out there cosplaying anyway. We're LARPing. It's cool, you know, run around, play some mag fed, shoot some first strikes. It's a good time. Having the raffle and the giveaway was awesome. So thanks to Shadow Syndicate Paintball for putting that together, and thanks MagFed Pro Shop. Raffled off a marker. I didn't win, but you know, you don't always have to win to have a good time. There were a couple letdowns. This is inherent with the gameplay, though. This is when you're stuck with one style. This is what's going to happen. The staging time. It took a lot of time to load magazines. Okay, that's a personal thing. When you're loading magazines, it's all at your rate. Okay, and when you got first strike rounds, you're going to have issues. You got to open up the magazines a little bit more to fit them in there with certain types of magazines. Not everybody knows how to make a speed loader yet. Some of the solutions for that would be, you know, having patience. Being flexible is key. When you have patience, you know, as long as you guys are ready to play and you're not hemming and hawing too much, great. There were some incidents where, you know, people were just carrying on after the game, not really paying attention. We had to yell at them a little bit, but they got the idea. You know, pay attention. We're trying to keep this thing moving along. It's a private party. This was not like a big time sanctioned game. There were some issues posting in the beginning, sharing the event properly on Facebook. It could have been a lot bigger. Personally, I'm glad it was smaller. I like the smaller games because they're more intimate. You get a better understanding of the players, what exactly you're doing. You're able to move things around a lot more fluidly without, explaining it to, 100, 200 plus people. Landing zone staff was great about facilitating the game. But, with a private game, you have, it's a first time thing. If you do it if you're only doing it the first time, there's going to be accidents, there's going to be incidents. You're going to run into hiccups. So, not everybody's first impression is always the best, but you hope for the best, Like I said, make sure you got a good solid plan A, but get ready to use plan B. So that's my review. I hope it wasn't too long. Comments and questions, you can just send them over to my Maverick page. I'm going to be posting this to Shadow Syndicate Paintball, like I said, and that team is a great team, by the way. I couldn't see some of you guys. Shane, I know you probably shot me a couple times. Couldn't figure out where you are. Couldn't figure out where a lot of people were. A lot of people were doing some effective long-range shooting. So I'm going to get myself a nice long-range scope, be able to pick you guys out before you start shooting at me. Plan my route a little better. So this is Maverick saying, I liked the game. The gameplay was awesome. It was nice. It was tight. Not so consistent, but like I said, magazine-fed play has its inherent problems. You gotta load magazines. It's not just dump and shoot. It's not dump and shoot. You can't do that. You got a drum mag, maybe, but it's first strikes. So good luck with that, right? Bring your dam out here, but you can't shoot round ball. So hopefully I'll be going to the next MagFed game. I'm going to be attending Ryan Risley's finale coming up in May on the 27th. That should be awesome. Hopefully you guys can come out there. We are not allowed to shoot first strikes though. It's an outlaw ball game, so you guys can follow me on that. I posted it on my Maverick page as well. It's a private land, so if you can't shoot them, you can't shoot them. Figure it out. Come out, have a good time. We can still run MagFed. It's a nice property. It's got a lot of open trails, and the Rizzlers are really good people, and they've allowed us to come out there and play on their land. So, go out and play. So I hope to see you guys there. If not, I'll see you at Mag 01. Or sorry, I'll see you at Mag 02. And hopefully you guys like the view of the woods here. Because my ugly mug, you can only stand it for so long, and then you're kind of like put on the mask and go play over there by yourself or something. I like the game. Would play again. 10 out of 10. Have a good one, guys. Maverick out.